Hey guys, Dr. Ben here with Functional Medicine Centers, and so excited today to get more in depth into what is functional medicine, what is this new concept that some of you may have been hearing about versus a traditional medical model or the conventional medical model. And I want to tell you my story as well and how I got down this path, how I got to this thought process that the body can truly heal. So functional medicine, it's not a new concept. It may be a new word for you or a new term for you, but functional medicine is really about how do we go down that path of figuring out what somebody's underlying health imbalances are. We don't treat conditions in functional medicine, we treat the body, we treat the person, we treat what they have going on. So when I start thinking about functional medicine, I go way back to when I was a sophomore in high school. I was playing a football game, and during the game, my mom collapsed, almost passed out. She couldn't walk back to the car. Everybody came running up after the game, like, oh my gosh, did you see your mom? We lived in a small town, so everybody knew her. She was a teacher, great person, and she collapsed. She was a teacher. She would leave at 5:30 in the morning, get back home at 5:30 at night. She got Teacher of the Year. She did all these amazing things, and she wore herself out. She beat herself to the ground by pushing and pushing and pushing. She did her master's degree when I was younger. She did all these other things and got to that point where her body went haywire. And we see this all the time in patients nowadays, especially with autoimmune conditions. And so what we started looking at was, oh my gosh, what's going on? How can we get this better? And they figured out she had MS, multiple sclerosis. And multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune condition. It attacks the covering of the nerves, and it is a degenerative condition. Most people, they continue to get worse, and eventually die from it because their body just is not able to keep going. So this was pretty intense, pretty scary. My senior year of high school, she ended up going on disability. She was home, great. I got to see her my senior year, but she couldn't walk that well, was really starting to go downhill. So this was back in the 90s. They put her on all the drugs out there, tried through everything they possibly could at her, and we had this search. We were looking for answers. We were seeing neurologists, going to all these different places, and still all they had was, here are your drugs. Here are your autoimmune drugs. Take these and see what happens. Hopefully it suppresses the immune system enough. And that's autoimmune conditions. The medical model just wants to suppress that immune system. As opposed to functional medicine, we've got to figure out why. Why is the body going haywire? And that's really what needed to happen. So when I went to college in Syracuse, they ended up going on my dad retired. They moved down to the Ozarks in Missouri and ended up finding an amazing doctor way back when I was in school. And after 3 years of being on all the medications, declining, going into a wheelchair, having to use a cane, at Walmart having to use the little go-kart to go all around, she was going downhill, doesn't remember conversations we had, was so doped up on the medications. There was no surgeries that were going to help, and the medications weren't helping. So traditional medical model was at wit's end. So they found an amazing doctor. He started reversing a lot of the specific systems that were out of balance in her body. Not just going through and, hey, take this turmeric, take this fish oil, whatever it is, but we have to reverse those degenerative systems that are going out of balance, whether it's the gut, the brain, the liver, the immune system, whatever it is, we've got to go through step by step through that process. And so it took time, it took rehab, it took years of getting better, and yet she was able to give away her wheelchair. She was able to give away her cane. She's now 77 years old. She does Granny Boot Camp. She takes my kids fishing. We moved offices recently. We spent 3 days in my old office cleaning it out, doing everything possible to get us into our new office. And amazing lady. And I know deep down that she would not be here with my 4 boys right now if she had not found this functional medicine piece. And every day I'm thankful. Every day that birthday that her and my dad take the kids fishing and have that special day together, I just thank God, because I know that if she had gone down that traditional medical path, she would be dead now. Guaranteed. There's no way that anyone was going to survive for 40 years doing that. So her last MRI, probably 15 years ago, showed no more plaquing on the MRI. No more plaquing. Basically, the neurologist said, you don't have MS anymore. I don't know how that happened because you went off all the meds. If you were on a research trial, anything like that, she would have been called a success that drug worked, but she wasn't. She was on just healing her body, and that's what we do with patients every single day. That's the functional medicine approach. So I know that every single person we can get a hold of, every single mother, father, daughter, son, brother, whatever it is, any person that we can get a hold of and we can start reversing that, we can change not only their lives, but everybody else. Because I guarantee you what she's been able to add value-wise to my kids' lives is irreplaceable. There is no, I lost one of my grandmas in second grade. I know what that would have been like for my kids to never have gotten to know their grandma, never to have been able to be taught how to fish, how to do all these amazing things that they do together. And so that is what has driven me. That is what's gotten me to that place in this functional medicine thought process of the body can heal. And we have helped people with MS, with lupus, with RA, with all types of autoimmune conditions and many other things to actually reverse and heal that. And that is the whole point of functional medicine, is to get to that place where the body can truly heal. Get to the place where you know what's going on, and that's why we do our in-depth brain map, our blood work analysis, the physical exam. If any of you have ever had that with us, you go ahead and put a comment in down below that's a different exam than anything you've had done before. We know that the body has an ability to heal. We were given this God-given ability to function optimally, to be able to thrive and be able to have vitality. But unfortunately, in today's day and age, so many things, foods and stress and chemicals and all these different things have squashed down our ability, our body's ability to function as optimal as possible. And so I know I've seen it personally in our own family and thousands of times with our patients. The body can heal, you can get your vitality back, and you can be way more, do more, and be more in this world because you've got your life back. And so that's what I encourage any of you guys out there. You can heal, you can get better, your body can change, and it can function on a whole nother level. And that's what functional medicine is all about. You've got to get to the underlying imbalances and figure out what's going on there. We say even in the first 30 days, people are feeling dramatic better, just like Gilda. You know, amazing difference even in those first 30 days. We see that all the time. So if you or a loved one are wondering about what to do, what your next step is, where you need to go in this process, you give us a call. We'd love to do consultations. We've got our Fort Collins office, we've got our Phoenix office with doctors down there ready to help you. And this is what we love to do. Get to the underlying why, make these changes, and give your body the ability to do what it's supposed to do. And that's to thrive, live into that point. We die at that point, and that's it. But there's no suffering, and there's no, oh my gosh, I had 40 years of all these other problems and health issues and cardiovascular disease and diabetes and all of these different things. The body can heal. You can get there. You can make these changes. So I encourage you, take that next step. Wherever you are, we can help. Give us a call. Alicia is amazing. She can figure out what's going to be the best course of action for you. 970-282-1173. I love to help, even just to chat about what you have going on, and if it's the right fit, we will make that work. So everybody, share, like this, follow our page if you haven't already. We love helping people. We love getting the story out there. So make it a great day, everybody. Take care.